every day before I brush my teeth, pick my pistol up. That pistol is mandatory. Especially the life I was living, it was mandatory.
The killer was a hardened drug dealer and lifelong gang member. You also called yourself Agtown's Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
And what did you mean by that?
I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory, too.
The victim was a struggling young man with a drug addiction who ran afoul of his dealer.
That's nice-ass work.
The punishment began with torture.
I started tattooing his back.
And blacking it out.
Now I'm mad.
And ended with cold-blooded murder. The switch is flipped.
Yeah, so now there's no way to unflip it.
From the vicious world of street gangs and drugs, a killer talks for the first time. There's a code to that life, right? How you pay respect, command respect.
Mm-hmm. If they see any type of weakness in you, you're not gonna last long, it's over with.
And opens a new window into a brutal crime that took a young man's life.
Is that the gun you used to kill him?
So for about a few $100s and some disrespect, you're willing to torment him.
For future references, keep it 100. This won't happen to you.
Ultimately, murder a man for acting like a junkie when you're the one who turned him into a junkie. How do you account for that?
And joining me now is the host of Interview with the Killer, David Scott. David, thank you so much. I always love talking to you. And these cases, I've been watching each of the episodes, and they are something else. One of the things I feel like is a little bit different, just from the short clips I've seen, because I'll be watching the finale, is that this killer has a little more personality, and his demeanor to me seems almost charismatic in some parts of the conversation with you.
Yeah, I think that's fair. You know, this is a guy who, since the age of 11, has been essentially gangbanging. He's a member of a sect of the Crips gang called Five Deuces. He's based in Arlington, Texas, small town wedged between Dallas and Fort Worth, and since the age of 11 years old, he's been running around with a pistol, doing crimes and selling drugs for higher-up drug dealers, and so this is a window into that ruthless world, and it plays out every day in every city in America.
Oh, it is a window, and this is the first time, as I understand it, this is the first time ever that he has sat down and had this conversation. And this is one of your many superpowers to me, and that is you convince these convicted killers to sit down at a table and have a conversation, sit across from you and have a conversation like this. How do you do it?
Well, you know, they have their own reasons for talking. And in his case, it's the first time he's ever said anything about his this murder in public. There was no trial. And I think on some level he genuinely wanted to tell his side of it, and you know, our approach is to hold these killers to account, so it becomes an uncomfortable conversation for him, but I think in his case he genuinely wanted to have his say, and he does say his piece.
So, do you think, you know, a lot of viewers and people talk about our justice system and jail and what jail is like, and a lot of viewers think, frankly, it's too good, that it's not enough of a deterrent or punishment for these stone-cold killers. What insight, if any, do you ever get about the jails when you're doing these interviews and their treatment inside the jails, if you get any?
Yeah, well, I mean, we only go to maximum security prisons that house convicted murderers, and these are harsh places, really a netherworld, you know. And from the time you pass through the Sally Port, this small area where one door doesn't open until the other one closes, you're in a parallel universe where all the regular rules don't apply. They're combustible places, they're grim places. Delgadillo, for his part, he's serving a 50-year sentence. This is a young man, he's 26 years old now. So he won't see the light of day outside until he's in his 70s. I think the environment is plenty harsh. You know, my insight though is that most of these cases aren't based on one momentary mistake. No, it's years and years and years of mistakes. And in his case, most of his life was spent doing crimes and dealing drugs for the street gang. And it only culminates in murder after many years. And Lord knows what other crimes he's guilty of that he hasn't gotten caught for. But this one is particularly tragic because the victim is a young addict and the son of Kurdish refugees who were able to save their family from persecution in Iraq and resettle in the United States, but they could not save their son from the scourge of methamphetamine. And he became addicted, and when he tried to steal from his dealer, the street code that people like Delgadillo live by required punishment. And that punishment began with torture and eventually led to murder.
And it began with that tattoo. I will be on the edge of my seat watching this, David. Thank you so much for joining. Be sure to tune in to the final season finale interview with the killer Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern.